can only imagine the history and what took place here. Hey everybody, we are coming up to the Mountain Home Bed and Breakfast, which is a hostel. We are in, I believe it's Mount Royal, Virginia. We're going to stay at the Mountain Home Hostel. This is on the National Registry of Historical Places. It comes pretty highly recommended. We're going to stay here tonight and see what this is all about. Okay, so this building here is something else, and it's quite a reminder. This was the slave quarters for this property during the antebellum period and to the Civil War. You know, we are in the South and we are in Virginia. It's a reminder that it's real and it did happen. But happily today, it's used to house hikers that come through here. It's been totally renovated inside and it's incredible, but this was the slave quarters for this property here from a different era. So most hostels, shoes off outside. If they're asking you to take the shoes off right away, you know it's probably pretty squared away because they're wanting to keep things clean. Hiker poles are stored out here. Those look like hiker boxes, so I'll have to go through those just a little bit later. They got boot dryers or shoe dryers over here. This one is air conditioned inside. So somebody's got this room in here and they're probably slack packing today. They got all their stuff laid out here. Kitchen. So you generally have full use of the kitchen, and so they have the kitchen going here. Toaster oven. The pizzas, frozen pizzas are a staple food out here. So generally all the hostel people keep frozen pizzas. Usually $5 or $10 or whatever, and you throw them in the toaster ovens. So full use of the kitchen, full use of the ice box. Here's another hiker room. It's pretty typical. They're going to have their stuff laid out. They're probably slacking today too. And they have a guest registry. I don't have an AT passport. Some people do, and you can get them stamped along the way. And then generally you sign the book. So I am not staying in here though, I'm staying up at the main house. This is incredible that this has been restored and it's still here. They have completely restored this property to get it on the National Historical Register. I can only imagine the history and what took place here from the early 18th century up until the Civil War and even after that. And typical hostels have packages for hikers that they have mailed themselves things. Okay, so I thought I would talk about a typical food resupply at about almost to the halfway point to tell you what I'm doing nowadays and what I pack out with me. So here we go. First, my pot over there. Right now, it doesn't have any liquid in it, but it has ramen noodles in it. I sent my stove home. I don't carry my stove or the fuel canister anymore, simply because of the weight. It was a nice thing to have when you wanted a hot meal or something hot when it was really cold, but now that we've hit the summertime, I just cold soak. So what I'll do is I'll stop, you know, probably about 2 hours before I intend to camp. I'll put water in there with the ramen, close it up, and then when I get to camp, you know, the noodles are ready to go, but they're cold. And then, of course, instant potatoes. Those have become kind of my favorite, and I'll eat those cold too. Just stir some water in there, and you're good to go. I don't do the Knorr pastas anymore. Couldn't stand those things. Took too long for them to, you know, to soften up and to be able to eat. So my two staples right now for a meal in the evening are the ramen noodles and the Idaho potatoes. In my food bag, of course, is the string to hang the food bag, plastic trash bag. Since I've learned a trick to pack out a large bottle of Gatorade, you drink the Gatorade and put your food in there. Works better than the food bag, so I'll probably do that next time. Still have my spork, and then, you know, my dad's can opener that he carried with him. So I'm still carrying those things. I'm sorry, I am addicted to Diet Mountain Dew. I do pack out Diet Mountain Dews with me, and then drink them down and then switch to water when those are all gone. But I do take a lot of those out with me. Probably shouldn't, but I do. The raisins are left over from my last resupply. They're kind of fresh fruit. My favorite granola bars are the Honey and Oats crunchy ones. A little low on those right now, but those are my favorites, and I go through those pretty regularly. The other ones, the roasted mixed nut, I got those out of a hiker box. Crackers, I eat the heck out of the crackers while I'm walking. Easy, just put them in the pocket on my pack, get them out, eat them while I'm moving, and I really don't slow down. The Cliff Bars, I really do like the Cliff Bars. They have quite a variety, but right now I'm on a white chocolate / macadamia nut variety kick for those, so I just love those. And then I do try to get a little protein with the tuna, and so I try to bring in some protein with that. Got to have something sweet, something to look forward to in the day, and this time around it's going to be the Rice Krispie treats. Pop-Tarts are usually my breakfast. I just start out, put them in the pocket of my shorts before I leave, and then I eat them while I'm walking. I generally don't stop and eat a lunch or stop to eat breakfast. I just eat while I'm walking and keep moving. I have some beef jerky here that was sent to me by a friend of Shelly's, and so I've eaten down about half of that. I'm just kind of saving that for special occasions. So since I've started, the changes that I've made, unfortunately my Diet Mountain Dew habit caught up with me, so I pack that out until I drink that down and then switch over to water. I'm cold soaking, sent my stove back just to save weight on the stove and on the fuel canister, and it's summer, so the hot meal isn't as appetizing as it was. I go with the Idaho potatoes. Those are really my go-to favorites for the regular meal. Can't do the Knorrs anymore. And so yeah, that's a typical pack out for my food. Now there's some people that will divide all their food up into plastic bags, plastic Ziploc bags, each meal. I don't do that. I just throw what I think is going to get me through about 4 or 5 days, maybe 6, into a bag, and then away I go. And when I'm hungry, I eat, and when I'm not hungry, I don't. So, yep, there you go. That's the loadout for about 5 days, maybe 6. Talk to y'all later.